These candles symbolize the spirit that is burning inside of these scouts as they continue to live as Eagle Scouts for the rest of their lives. Now, the three scouts have prepared a short speech and charge for you all, and we're going to begin with James.
When I moved here from Canada in 2015, I was a short kid with little sense of leadership or perseverance. I joined Troop 4 2 months after I moved, and I was immediately surrounded by people reaching for a goal that was unknown to me. It was the first time in my life I saw a group of boys leading and helping other boys. I was amazed and instantly wanted to be like them. With the help of my parents, friends, and the adults around me, not only was I able to become the senior patrol leader and an Eagle Scout, but I was able to learn and apply all of these lessons that I have been taught by everyone to my daily life. I've had so many amazing scouting experiences in my life that I hold close to my heart. One of my favorite experiences was on the 50-mile TCT trek. When we were hiking, we were all tired, and so we decided to stop at Parsons Landing. Isaiah Jones, Dylan Richardson, Jace Meyer, and Ben Bishop, and we wanted to take a shower, but it was all the way Emerald Bay. So it was only about a quick walk away, and so we all started to walk there. We were walking and joking and having an amazing time. The sun was getting pretty low and it was getting darker, so once in a while we would point at a large bush in the distance and yell, "Look out, a buffalo!" and try to scare each other. It only worked a handful of times, so we moved on to other topics. We were nearing the camp and only had a stretch of road left, but the road had a large amount of tree coverage, making the road completely dark. I jogged ahead and turned around and put my face to my friends so I could walk and talk. But then I began to see the look of horror on Dylan Richardson's face. Everyone stopped dead in their tracks except me, and I kept walking backwards. Dylan kept muttering the words, "Buffalo," and then more and more, "James, there's a buffalo. James, there's a buffalo behind you." His face becoming more panicked. I chuckled, not trying to fall for their overused joke, but turned around anyway to be fake surprised, but the thing that I saw did surprise me. They teach us before we go there that if you see two eyes close together, it's a fox, or if it's two eyes far apart, it is a buffalo. The eyes were very far apart. I was shocked and petrified with fear, and I just hear Dylan behind me scream, "Run!" And so I heard their feet start to shuffle, shaking off the trance of fear. I turned around and ran as fast as I could, my adrenaline quickly kicking into high gear. I caught up with them and looked back, and it was still lumbering after us. None of us stopped or even slowed in fear of being left behind. After about 3 minutes of full sprinting and Ben yelling at us to wait up or slow down, we saw another buffalo running not at us, but at the trail in front of us. We all see it and decide to pick up the pace 10 times from our already full sprint. We made it before the buffalo and kept running and running. About 3 minutes after the last buffalo sighting and the adrenaline fading, Dylan had to forcefully stop us from running. We changed gears from a full sprint into an urgent walk. We formed a defensive circle and kept walking as one paranoid team, looking back every 2 or 3 seconds. We made it safely back to camp, and in a heap of sweat and fear, we stopped right before the campsite to calm down so it wouldn't scare the younger scouts. After everything was communicated and safe, Ben Bishop, being the techie guy, realized he had tracked his steps in a graph form. We looked at it and all laughed. The graph was steady, and then there was a straight vertical spike off the chart, and came back much, much later. I love to call this story "The Boys Who Cried Bison." As I said earlier, I could not have gotten here without some key people in my life. When I call your name, please come forward to the front, to the front of the room. Can I please have Mr. Madagian come forward?
I can't, I'm the photographer.
Mr. Madagian was my first Scoutmaster and showed me my goal of Eagle Scout. Mr. Madagian taught me that hard work pays off and how to plan for the future and how to properly execute it. He easily embedded a love for scouting and camping that I still have to this day. Thank you, Mr. Madagian. Can I have Mr. Gustafson please come forward? Mr. Gustafson taught me how to step back and evaluate any situation and how to most efficiently deal with it. He also helped me install a working patrol leaders council in our troop and weekly Sunday night meetings, and how to manage 60 plus 11 and 12-year-olds, and help me start my patrol leader term. Thank you, Mr. Can I have Mr. DiMaggio please come forward? Mr. DiMaggio taught me how to be calm and collected even in the time of any emergency and how to evaluate situations calmly. Mr. DiMaggio helped me wrap up my final stages of Eagle Scout by helping me with the project and giving me a Scoutmasters conference. Thank you, Mr. DiMaggio. Can I have Mrs. Jones please come forward? Mrs. Jones has helped me since day one of my scouting days. She helped me answer anything I asked her and helped me with numerous Eagle and non-Eagle merit badges. She took many hours out of her own week to meet with me and help me with my merit badges. Thank you very much. Can I have Mr. Bowen please come forward? Mr. Bowen taught me about patience. As a former SPL, senior patrol leader, and a regular human being, this is something very important and the most valuable thing I'm still working on. He taught me how to be kind and compassionate to those older and younger than me. Thank you very much, Mr. Bowen. The people that I called up here today are not the only people that taught me valuable life lessons. Every person, every experience, every conversation changed me, shaped me, and helped me stand before you today. I thank every one of you here for helping me and guiding me. Thank you all. And then to finish off, I have a quick charge to first class. Can I have Bradley Metcalf, Jack Metcalf, Travis Metcalf, Ryan Risdall, Logan Blevins, and Will Matthew please stand up? I would first like to congratulate you all for coming this far. I have personally seen each of you grow and work very hard at getting first class. I'm speaking to you today to encourage you not to stop here. I have seen some very passionate scouts reach first class and begin to waver out of the troop, or even stop completely. Your goal is still ahead and achievable through hard work and perseverance. Attend meetings, go on hikes and camping trips, sell popcorn, and most importantly, have fun with it. This journey is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you don't want to stop short. Keep up the hard work, guys.